Okay, so here is our experiment, calibration of wattmeter, a dynamometer type wattmeter with DC potentiometer. So here here is this is the DC potentiometer we will use to calibrate this wattmeter. Now this is the circuit diagram of this experiment. We can see here this is the stabilized DC supply for voltage circuit. This is the voltmeter to measure the voltage. This is the volt ratio box to step down the supply voltage. This is the wattmeter we are calibrating. Okay, this is the potential coil of wattmeter and this is the current coil of wattmeter. And here is a link. When we want to short this potential coil and current coil, we will use this link. And here is the current source to energize this current coil, and a rheostat to vary this supply, an ammeter to measure the current. And here is a small known resistance. We will take the voltage across this resistance and measure it through this DC potentiometer. So this is the DC potentiometer, and the galvanometer is connected to take the detection, null detection. We will measure it by null detection method. And here is a standard cell connected in it. We will use this standard cell voltage to standardize the potentiometer based on this EMF when the wattmeter will be de-energized condition. And here is the supply for this DC potentiometer. Now these are the apparatus used for this experiment. As you can see, this is the DC potentiometer we are using. Here we can see it has two modes, standardized mode and test mode. We need to standardize this DC potentiometer before doing the experiment, as we are calibrating another instrument. So for the standardizing, we will use this standardized mode, and for testing later we will use the test mode by making this test mode. There is a push button we will use to trigger the circuit, we will use to energize the circuit basically. And there is some other rheostat, this is coarse rheostat and fine rheostat to make the standardization. And this is the two slider over here, this is the main slider and this is the vernier slider. We will use these two to make the null detection when we will test any instrument. Here is the selector switch. There is 3 terminal here, 1, 2, 3 input terminal, and this is the selector switch for these 3 terminal. Here, as we are using 1 and 3 terminal, we will take 1 and 3 while we will test. And here is a range button, range switch. We can change the range by this range switch through 1 and 0.1. This is the voltage supply, and the voltmeter is inbuilt in that. This is the voltage supply for voltage circuit, and this is the volt ratio box, the volt box we are seeing in the circuit. This is 100 volt by 1 volt. This is connected. This is 100 by 1. We are getting 1 voltage output for this DC potentiometer in this terminal, and the same line is connected in the potential coil of the wattmeter we are calibrating. Here we are using another power supply for the current coil. It is connected in this rheostat, which is RH1 mentioned in the circuit. Here is 2 rheostat, just one is using for coarse and one is fine. And this is series connected with this ammeter and current coil of this wattmeter, and the known small resistance, the 4 terminal resistance, which is 0.1 ohm. These all are series connected, and the voltage across this resistance we are taking to the terminal 3 of this DC potentiometer, which we will measure and get the value of the calibrated value, and which will calculate it later for true wattage. This is the voltage supply for potentiometer. This is the 2 volt voltage supply and it is connected in the potentiometer. In this terminal of DC potentiometer, the galvanometer is connected, and in this terminal the standard cell is connected. This is the galvanometer we are using for null detection, and this is the wattmeter we are calibrating. Before starting the test, we need to check the zero error of this wattmeter. As we can see, the pointer is in 0, so we need to check this before test to get the correct results. As we can see, the power supply, the voltage supply is there 100 volt. So we are getting voltage supply to the voltage circuit is 100 volt, and the volt ratio box is 100 by 1. So we are supposed to get 1 volt in this DC potentiometer. So before doing the test, we need to standardize this DC potentiometer. So we are putting in this standardized mode, and by tuning this standard cell voltage and the 2 rheostat, we will standardize the the DC potentiometer. As you can see, there is no deflection in the galvanometer, so we can say that the DC potentiometer is now standardized, and we can start the test. And so we are switching this pointer to the test mode. So for this 20 watt, we will calibrate the potential coil. So as you know, the potential coil is charged with this 100 volt, and through this volt ratio box we are getting approximately 1 volt in this terminal 1. So we will change the selector switch to terminal 1, and we can see this potentiometer is in test mode. Now when we will trigger the push button, we will see there is a deflection in the galvanometer. The circuit is unbalanced. Now by varying the main slider and the vernier slider after, we will try to get the null point. Okay. So now we can see we achieved the null point. There is no deflection in the galvanometer. So this was in unlinked condition. The potential coil was not connected with the current coil. Now we are connecting these two by a link. So in this with link condition, we will further check whether the circuit is still balanced or not. If not, we need to vary the main slide wire and the vernier slide wire if needed, and we will try to get the null point. Now we can see that in this condition also we have got the null point. So when we get the null point, we need to note the value of these two slide wire. As you see, this is the main slide wire and the value is 1, and this is the vernier slide wire. By this pointer we can see this is in 39.2, and this has a multiplication factor of 1 by 1000. So by multiplying this factor and the range, we will get the value, actual value. So the total value will be main slider plus vernier slider into range. Now we have checked the output voltage V1 for 20 watt for with link and without link condition. We need to take the value of meter also for these two reading. Now we will calibrate the current coil. That means we will check the voltage drop V2 across the resistance R1, which is connected in terminal 3. So we will change the selector switch to 3 and the range as well to 0.1. Now by the same process we will check whether there is deflection in the galvanometer or not. We can see that there is a deflection. So the deflection, see, there is a deflection. Okay. So we will try to nullify this by varying the main slider and the vernier slider as well. Okay. Now you can see we have achieved the null point. There is no deflection. The circuit is in balanced condition. So in the same way, we will take the value, we will take the reading for the current coil calibration, and further we will connect the link, we will connect the PC coil with the current coil and do the same process and check whether it is in null condition, the circuit is balanced or not. If not, we will do the same thing again. We will vary these two slider and we will get the null point, then we will take the value. So by this, for the 20 watt meter reading, we have calibrated both the potential coil and the current coil for with link condition and without link condition. So by varying this RH1 further, we can change the wattmeter reading. We can change the watt in 40 watt, 60 watt, 80 watt and 100 watt and do the same process for all those watts to calibrate this wattmeter. And thereafter we will calculate the true wattage and get the error of wattmeter. By this way we can calibrate this dynamometer type wattmeter using this DC potentiometer.